change the sentences below into comparative sentences using than in number 1, as stated as in number 2. Operation of sentences. Next one, question and answer there. And the next one as well, question and answer. Hello my dear. If you are wondering what today's topic might be, let me inform you that today's topic is writing comparative sentences. Writing comparative sentences according to the question given. Hello my dear, I would like to welcome you all in today's discussion. This channel, Dear LG, is one of the best platform to learn English literature and grammar. Let's start the video, my dear. As I told you already, change the sentences below into comparative sentences using what? Change the sentences below into comparative sentences. First of all, you must know that you need to write comparative sentences. It means sentences means not 1, 2. Be clear about that. So number 1, you have to use then, and you have to write one comparative sentence using then. Number 2, you have to use as stated as. That means, my dear, listen carefully, as adjective as. What did I tell you? As adjective as. Keep in mind. Once again, change the sentences below into comparative sentences using then. But for a kind information, if you use then in number 1, you must use then in number 1. While writing comparative sentences, we often use then, as you know that. So with then, please use second form of adjective. That means comparative form of adjective. As you all know that, I hope so, you all know that we use comparative form of adjective with then. Or let me say second form of adjective with then. And with as stated as, you need to write second sentence using as stated as. So as stated as means, as I told you, as adjective as. With this as stated as, you need to use first form of adjective. That means positive form of adjective. If you don't know, my dear, if you don't know what is comparative form of adjective, what is second form of adjective, if you don't know what is positive form or the first form of adjective, or if you don't know about adjective, please write comments. I'll make a perfect video only for you, my dear. Be sure about that. I'll make perfect video only for you. So let's go to sentences and let's do operation of the sentences, my dear. Yes, operation of the sentences. But my dear, while doing operation, you need to follow some rules and instructions. Otherwise, that might be wrong. You might fail in operation. So let's have a look to the rules once again, my dear. While using then, you need to use second form of adjective. While using as stated as, you need to use positive form or the first form of adjective. Let's go to questions, my dear. Operation of sentences. Okay, let's do the operation of this question number 1, my dear. The exam is not usually very difficult, but this year it was quite tough. This is the question, my dear. The exam is not usually very difficult, but this year it was quite tough. This is the question there. What happens is, in this question, my dear, first of all, you need to do the operation of this sentence. Let's do the same. The exam is not usually very difficult. You know, exam always not difficult, always easy, but this year it was quite tough. This year it was difficult. Usually it's not difficult. So my dear, while writing, you need to keep in mind 2 things. 1, rule, and second, you need not change the meaning of the sentence. You are not allowed to do that. Keep in mind. Let's do the option A using then, as I have done here. The exam this year was more difficult than it usually is. My dear, subject is the exam this year. Yes, you was, that is used in the question there. More difficult, we have used second form of the adjective difficult. Then we have to use that. It usually is. We got that from question there. Option B, the exam this year, that's the subject, my dear. The exam this year was not as easy as. Keep in mind this question, analyze this question, this answer here, as easy as denoted as. Easy is the first form of easier, easiest, yes, as it usually is, that we have copied from the question there, or option A there. Keep in mind, more difficult, second form, easy, first form of adjective. Generally my dear, we write opposite words or the adjectives in option A and B. Let's do the questions as well, my dear. Let's do the operation. Let's do the operation of other questions as well here. Question number 2, my dear. I had imagined my landlady would be in her 50s, but she turned out to be 30. What happened, my dear, here for this question? What happened? Landlady was younger, isn't it? Yes, that is why what could be the subject here? My landlady. So that is why my landlady was younger, second form of young. Then I had imagined her to be, we copied this, I had imagined her to be from the question there, my dear. And this option B, my landlady, that is the subject there, was not. Now we cannot write was there. We have to write was not as old as. Old and young. Old is the first form, older, oldest. So that is why we have to write first form of adjective between two as there. Yes, my dear, as noted as. I had imagined her to be. Okay, if you have understood this question number 1 and 2, let's do the operation of this question number 3, my dear. Let's do the operation of this question number 3. For this question number 3, you have to follow the same kind of rule again. Let's have a look. This is the rule, my dear. If you have forgotten it, you have to use then in the first option, and you have to use comparative form of adjective in number 1. Number 2, you have to use as dotted means first form of adjective, and you need to use positive form or the first form of adjective, my dear. Let's do this question number 3. Okay, his parents would like him to do, his parents would like him to work hard, but he does not. Means someone's parents like the person work hard, but he does not. You need not, I already told you, my dear, you need not allowed. You are not allowed to change the meaning of the sentence. Why? I'll tell you. Option A, he works less hard than his parents would like him to do. Okay, he works less hard. You might be confused here. Don't be confused. My duty is to make you understand. Now listen attentively, my dear. He works less hard than his parents would like him to do. He works less hard. You might be thinking about harder, but that is negative comparison. The sentence said that the person does not do work hard. That is why we have to write less hard. Okay, so he works less hard than his parents would like him to do. Then in option B, he does not work as hard as. Remember this thing, my dear, we have written less hard. Yes, my dear, we have written less hard for this option A. Don't forget this. Okay, so option B, he does not work as hard as I've told you already, my dear, as hard as dotted as, hard, first form of adjective, his parents would like him to do. I think you are getting me properly, my dear. If you are getting this exercise properly, don't forget to subscribe this channel and click on all notification. Let's go to another question, my dear. Let's do the operation. Are you ready? Are you ready there? You must be ready. Let's do the operation of another question there. Okay, my dear. Question number 4. I had hoped to do quite a lot of work today, but I have only managed to do a little. Okay, my dear. This question says that the person was thinking of doing hard work, but he managed to do little. That is why we have to do I have managed, that is the subject, my dear, have managed to do less work, as we did in question number 3. Less work today than I had hoped to do. Okay, I have managed to do less work today than I had hoped to do. For this question will be I could not do. Yes, the person could not do. I could not do as much work today. You might be thinking of this word as much work today, that is today work today that is copied from the question itself. And much, yes my dear, keep in mind much is also the first form of more. Okay, so I could not do as much work today as I had hoped to do. Now the next question, my dear, next question. If you have forgotten the structure there, let me show you once again. This is the structure, my dear. Then option 1, you have to use comparative form of adjective as, that means as, adjective as, and you have to use what? Positive form or the first form of the adjective. Let's do the person of that question number 5 once again, my dear. Once again, if you like this channel, if the content of this channel are fruitful for you, helpful for you, don't forget to subscribe this channel, click on all notification, do share this video with your family and friends, write comments and like the button. Like the video there. Okay, question number 5 there. 50 people had been invited but 80 came. What happened, my dear? Let's do the person of this question number 5 there, my dear. 50 people had been invited but 80 came. 50 people had been invited but 80 came. What happened, my dear? More people came, isn't it? Yes, more people came. That is why we have to write down there, more people came than they had been invited. Here comes more at the first of the sentence, my dear. More, much, many, more, as I told you already there. More is the second form, most is the third form of much, many. So that is why we have to return here, we have to write here, more people came than they had been invited. And option B there, people did not come as few as they had been invited. Okay, people did not come as few as. Yes, few, first form, less, second form. You would have known that. Okay, people did not come as few as they had been invited. Okay, at last, my dear, do subscribe this channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much.